In the process of keeping their coffers filled, military and civilian leadership in Pakistan have converted their land into Heeramandi for United States of America and China. Just as customer in Heeramandi is not looking for wife, soulmate or life partner, same way United States of America and China is not seeing an ally in Pakistan, but they want to use its soil as their vassal so that they can exploit this land and dump it whenever their purpose is served. And Pakistan understands that well. Ye rishta kya kehlata hai? They know it. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. Hello everybody, I am Pradeep Datta here with latest episode of Line of Communication. Today I am going to narrate story of Pakistani betrayal. How this so-called Islamic nation sold its soul for US dollars and backstabbed another Muslim country, Iran. This clearly indicates that what matters to Pakistan and its leadership is not preachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, but Prophet, P-R-O-F-I-T. Yes, you heard it correctly. Let me come straight, direct to the point and explain you why I have made all these assertions. But before that, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe this YouTube channel. It will not be wrong if I say Pakistan's foundation rests on 5 pillars: deceit, deception, denial, disinformation and double game. And recently Pakistan was seen playing this double game with their Muslim brother, Iran. Let me explain you how. Recently we saw paradigm shift in Pakistan's military strategy from guerrilla warfare to guerrilla warfare. Pakistan recently conferred United States Central Command Chief General Michael Kurilla with big honor, Nishan-e-Pakistan. Visiting general was presented with Tri-Service Guard of Honor upon arrival. Why this Heeramandi? Back in June, when India, after Operation Sindoor, was actively making efforts at global stage to highlight Pakistan's support to terrorism, Kurilla had called Pakistan a phenomenal partner in the counter-terror operations involved. It is worth noting that General Michael Kurilla, the head of the US Central Command, was also involved in monitoring Israeli attacks on Iran's nuclear facilities. The award has sparked controversy, with many questioning Pakistan's double standards. While Pakistan's foreign ministry condemns US action, it has honored a US military officer involved in attacks on a Muslim country. In another word, this only exposes Pakistan's double diplomatic speak. On one hand, they are condemning Israel's attack on Iran. On the other hand, they are honoring a person who is behind that attack on Iran. That clearly indicates that what matters to Pakistan is its own vested interest. They are hardly concerned about any Islamic nation or any Islamic country, though they call themselves someone who are always there to support Islamic country. But nothing of that sort is really happening on ground, because always we have seen that Pakistan has failed to translate its words into action. What surprised everybody was a statement issued by Pakistani military. It was said that Pakistan's second highest civilian honor is being awarded to General Kurilla, the head of the US Central Command, because of his crucial role in taking Pakistan-US defense cooperation to new heights. He also contributed to increasing cooperation against terrorism and strengthening strategic defense relationship. The Pakistani military said in its statement that General Kurilla leadership expanded mutual understanding, joint operations and intelligence sharing between the Pakistani military and US Central Command. Come on, whom you are befooling? Everybody knows that in the name of Islam you can befool some countries, but you will have to pay IMF interest, and that's one of the reasons that you do not want to get grey listed by Financial Action Task Force, because already FATF in its report has clearly mentioned that how Pakistan has been sponsoring terrorism that has been impacting lives in different parts of the world. And it is with this intention only that Pakistan has conferred Michael Kurilla with Nishan-e-Imtiaz. There is no other reason behind it, because they want to appease United States of America. Already we have seen that Pakistan had gone to the extent of advocating Nobel Peace Prize for US President Donald Trump. And after that we saw that how Pakistani General Asim Munir who is the man behind Pahalgam attack, was seen having breakfast with Donald Trump in White House. Reality is that Pakistan is desperate for IMF funds and is willing to do whatever it takes to secure them. The country is struggling to make ends meet and is reaching out to US for help. Pakistanis too are criticizing the government's decision, saying that the country leaders only care about their interests and are willing to betray anyone, including Iran, to achieve their goals. Pakistan's desperation for IMF funds has led it to make difficult choices, including honoring General Kurilla. However, this move has exposed the country's double standard, hypocrisy, and sparked widespread criticism. Now I will explain you how Pakistan backstabbed Iran. While Israel attacked Iran, that was the time when Pakistan military provided intelligence inputs to Israel and United States of America so that nuclear facility of Iran can be decimated and demolished. On June 13, an Israeli attack killed several top Iranian military leaders, including the army chief. During that time, similar accusations were made that Pakistan shared intelligence about the location of Iran's then army chief, Ali Shademani, with the US Central Command. Not only that, they also provided information about nuclear sites. It was with the help of that information only that Israel was able to carry out attack with precision. Iran is infuriated with Pakistan's disloyalty. This disjunction between Islamabad's rhetoric and its action has not gone unnoticed in Iran. Senior commanders of Iran Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps branded Pakistan's public denunciation as theatrical. They charged that Islamabad had the guise of counter-terrorism cooperation. Iranian media outlets have amplified these accusations, citing anonymous sources who assert that Pakistan's airspace and intelligence were vital in enabling this precise targeting of underground centrifuge halls at Natanz nuclear site. I think here lies lesson for people in Kashmir Valley. There are some of those sympathizers who had been supporting and helping Pakistan in carrying out gun violence related incidents on this side of Jammu and Kashmir. They should understand Pakistan can never ever be their well-wisher. See, for their vested interest, they even backstabbed Iran. They are doing the same thing with Kashmiris also, because they have no interest in people of Kashmir Valley. Only they want to have control over water, they want to have their control over the land, because they want Jammu and Kashmir, but not the people of Kashmir they are interested in. So if they will continue to support monsters like Pakistan, they will only be allowing them to spill blood of innocent Kashmiris. At the end of the day, the Kashmiris are the only one who are losing their lives because of this gun violence that has started in early 90s from the Pakistani side, because of the AK-47 that was pushed into this side of the border, because of all those terrorists who are being infiltrated on this side. I think they should take a lesson from what they really did with Iran, because for their vested interest, the question arises, has US forgotten that how Pakistan provided shelter to globally designated terrorist Osama bin Laden, who was responsible for killing of several people during 9/11 attack in United States of America. There are enough inputs that clearly indicates that directly or indirectly, Pakistan is related with all terror-related activities across the world. Earlier, there used to be a saying, all roads lead to Rome. But now it will not be wrong to say that all roads, so far as terror-related activities are concerned, lead towards Pakistan. Because some way or the other, Pakistan had been responsible for sheltering all those terror-related elements, and most of these terror-related Islamist radical elements, they want to target United States of America. Many of those terror attacks have been foiled because of US intelligence agencies, but in most of the cases, it has been found that refuge, training, arms and ammunition and everything was provided by Pakistan. But then US is always ignoring history of terrorism related to Pakistan. They are ignoring this history because they are more interested in Pakistan's geographical location. Pakistan is geographically located in such a manner because on one side there is Iran, on the other side it's Afghanistan, on the other side it's China, then on other side it's India. That means it has got border with all these countries, and that's one of the reasons that always US wanted to use Pakistan as its base, and it had been using it for the last several years because they want to keep an eye on the activities in Afghanistan, in Iran, as well as in China. And also they want to keep an eye on the activities in India. They know that India is one of their ally, their partner, but still they always prefer Pakistan. The reason is that they know that India will never ever allow United States of America to use their soil as for base. And Pakistan had always been lending their soil for such activities. So Pakistan allows United States of America and China to encroach upon their land. That's one of the reasons that always the US as well as China has preferred Pakistan over India. But they know that strategically India is really very important to them. India is a democratic country. India has a big power, and so far as their economy is concerned, they have to be dependent on Indian market. But what makes them lean towards Pakistan is Pakistan's geographical location. This is one of the reasons that many a times we have seen that Pakistan has been indulging in terror-related activities, and United States of America has always turned blind eye. We all remember that how Bush administration was once very angry with General Pervez Musharraf, who was that time head of Pakistan. He was the president of the country. Reason being that Pakistan was not fully cooperating United States of America in fighting against terror-related elements who were responsible for 9/11 attack. Pakistan had often been cheating US in the name of fighting against terror. Whatever money was provided to them to fight against terror, that money was used to fund terror-related activities. And that's one of the reasons that the Bush administration was angry with Pakistan. But reason is obvious, that because of geography and its strategic location, that they always had been dependent on Pakistan, and Pakistan had always been misusing its geographical location for its benefit. But at the end of the day, one thing is quite clear, that if you keep on feeding snakes in your backyard and think that snakes are only going to bite your neighbor, you are completely mistaken. These snakes can bite you too. And I think that's one of the reasons that we have seen that several terror-related attacks taking place in Pakistan. But Pakistan is hardly learning its lesson. Pakistan is like dog's tail. If you keep dog's tail buried underground for years together, and once you will take it out, it will remain curled. And same is the story of Pakistan. Pakistan will continue to sponsor, aid and abet terror-related activities because they know they can't fight conventional war with India. The only way they can bleed India 1,000 cuts is to support terror-related activities and continue with low-intensity conflict or proxy war. That's what Pakistan had been doing. But already we have seen that there has been paradigm shift in India's military strategy. And we saw that paradigm shift since 2016 when they carried out Uri attack. That was first time when India sent a message loud and clear that if line of control is not sacrosanct for you, we are also going to violate same. And India did that, crossing line of control and decimating and demolishing many of their terror training camps. Again in 2019, when Pulwama bombing took place, in which 40 CRPF personnel were martyred, that time Indian Air Force was able to penetrate deep inside Pakistani territory. This time, India was able to decimate their Jaish-e-Mohammed headquarters. But after Pahalgam attack, India, without crossing line of control, was able to demolish many of their terror dens. In 22-minute Operation Sindoor, 26 missiles were fired and 9 of their terror dens were decimated. And finally, Pakistan opened mouths of their guns, targeting civilians. And when they started targeting civilians, India was left with no other option but to teach them lesson, hit them hard, and this time by demolishing, destroying, attacking, targeting their 11-year bases. But still, Pakistan is not learning its lesson. Pakistan is celebrating victory. General Asim Munir has been decorated as Field Marshal, and Field Marshal is moving in different parts of the world. And what is really a matter of concern is that United States of America has started hobnobbing with this terrorist state that has been sponsoring terrorism, and that is definitely going to affect Pakistan also. And that's also going to affect United States of America. Americans should not forget how many of the Americans were targeted by Lashkar-e-Toiba terrorists during 26/11 attack. So those terrorists like Ajmal Kasab and many others, they came from Pakistan side. They were provided training there. So where was Osama bin Laden? Osama bin Laden was again in Pakistan only, and he was being supported by Pakistan army. They had provided shelter for Osama bin Laden and his family. And the person who helped finally the United States of America track that globally designated terrorist is still languishing in jail, and Americans have done nothing to take him out. That clearly shows that Pakistan is hand in glove with terrorists. But unfortunately, all these organizations in the United States of America seem to be turning blind eye for their vested political interests. But they don't understand, for this short-term gain, they are only feeding this monster called Pakistan. Next time, we'll be here with another episode and exposing more things. Stay tuned to Line of Communication.